for what is for many a day of remembrance, December 7th, 2020, Pearl Harbor, 1941. All right, and so calling this meeting to order, and our invocation will be with Ms. Linda Williams. Ms. Williams?
Yes, sir. Please bow your heads. Gracious Heavenly Father, today, December 7th, as we meet on this Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, we honor those who died in that conflict and down through history in many other conflicts. They died defending our nation. Those individuals gave the ultimate sacrifice to preserve and protect these United States. Allow us to remember and give tribute to the heroes and heroines of the past, as well as those who are currently serving. We enjoy America's freedoms only because of the many who serve our nation here and around the world. And dear Lord, as we enter our 10th month of this pandemic, we are weary, we are humble. We pause to give you thanks for modern medicine, for vaccines soon to be administered, and for our medical professionals who have been heroic in fighting this virus. But please know that our city, our state, our nation, and our world need your guidance now more than ever. Give our leaders wisdom, our medical professionals and first responders your protection, our businesses the ability to survive, and our citizens the determination and patience to continue the fight against this virus. Guide us all as we adapt to new normals in our daily lives and in our holiday celebrations. Thank you, dear Father, for all the blessings we enjoy in this beautiful city of St. Mary's, and during this time especially, make us ever mindful of the needs of others. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
That was very beautiful, Mrs. Williams. Thank you. Mr. Goodman, could you do the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I will. Remove your covers, gentlemen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, sir. Madam Clerk, can you do the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Here.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Present.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Present.
Councilman Riley, post 4. Councilmember Rassi, post 5.
Present.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Present.
Mayor Morrissey.
I'm here, and Madam Clerk, just for the record for this meeting, Mr. Riley did contact me, and he will not be attending the meeting tonight.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Council. We have one set of minutes from November 16th, 2020, regular City Council meeting minutes, and I need a motion for approval.
So moved.
Mr. Gant, and a second from Mr. Goodman. All right. Any discussion, comment? Madam Clerk, could you run the roster?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Riley, post 4. Councilmember Rassi, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey.
Madam Clerk, record that as unanimous, and in the future it's understood that unanimous is with 5 with one councilman not being present.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right. Under our presentations, we have a series of board announcements. You bear with me. There's the Board of Ethics, the Camden County Board of Health, Historic Preservation Commission, the Hospital Authority, the Oak Grove Cemetery Authority, and the Planning Commission. And these are term expirations. As you can see, we're coming up on the new year. So anyone that has an interest, make sure that you fill out the form. And if you have any questions, our clerk, City Clerk Deborah Walker-Reed, will be happy to help you. We'd welcome your interest. Thank you very much. All right, and so let me mark these here. And then we have a board appointment on the Oak Grove Cemetery Authority. And then we have a board appointment for a term expiration on the Camden County Joint Development Authority. And before we take action on that, Madam Clerk informs me we have to have a motion to accept the application that came in Friday from Mr. Greg Lockhart. Can I have a motion?
Move to approve, Mr. Lockhart.
That was Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Okay, and can I have a second?
Second, Alan Rancy.
Yeah, Mr. Rancy, all right. Any discussion? All right, Madam Clerk, will you run the roster, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilman Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilman Rassi, post 5.
Yay.
Councilman Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey?
Madam Clerk, that's unanimous.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So we have 3 applicants for the position of the Joint Development Authority. And Madam Clerk, did you give us a grid? I don't know if you did.
No, sir, because at the time we only had 2 when the packet was put together.
Yeah.
As Mr. Lockhart,
Okay.
yes, he brought it as the packet was already put together.
Yeah, give me just a second, and I will organize the grid here for us, and take me a second. So we have Mr. Jones, Mr. Hahn, and Mr. Lockhart. Okay, so Council, we can have a discussion if you like, or we can go right into vote. What is your pleasure?
This is
You'd like to
Councilmember
vote?
Ramsey. This is
Yes, sir.
Councilmember Ramsey. I'd like to, these 3 candidates are outstanding candidates, and I just want to commend all 3 of them for putting their application in ahead of our vote, and I want to thank them for taking the time to do this. And they're all extremely qualified, and I just want to echo that sentiment to that effect. So I thank you.
All right. Okay, so it's I will start out with we'll run the council dais. Mr. Jones, will your selection?
Mr. Jones?
You select Mr. Jones?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Goodman?
Mr. Hardy Jones?
Mr. Gant?
Mr. Lockhart?
Mr. Rassi?
Mr. Lockhart?
And Ms. Williams?
Greg Lockhart.
All right. Thank you very much. As Mr. Rassi said, our great thanks to everyone that's interested. This is an important position that really serves to help with economic development, not only for St. Mary's, but the entire Camden County citizenship. And so we're very much appreciative for their interest, but also for the real work that they will do to help this community. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, you have that recorded and you'll contact Mr. Lockhart?
Yes, sir, but I would need a motion and a second and a vote on that, sir.
Okay, so can I have a motion to accept the vote then? And is that what you're saying, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
To
Mayor,
accept Mr. Lockhart, yes.
I move that we appoint Greg Lockhart to the Joint Development Authority.
All right, thank you, Ms. Williams. And a second from?
Alan Rassi.
All right, Mr. Rassi. All right, Madam, any further discussion? Madam Clerk, will you run the roster?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gamp, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Rassi, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey.
All right, Madam Clerk, you record that as unanimous?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone. So I failed to properly introduce our city leadership here. Mr. Horton, are you on the line?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, our city manager, and Mr. Blackerby, our attorney, are you on the line?
Yes, Mayor, I am.
All right, thank you for attending. So I know and I suspect our finance director, Jennifer Brown, are you on?
I am, sir.
Well, welcome, ma'am, and you are up for our
Yes.
finance director's report.
Yes, sir. Tonight you have your October 31st, 2020 financial report, which is the 4th month of our fiscal year. I was just wondering if y'all had any questions about the report.
Well, this is the mayor, and I'm, of course, always interested in how our collections are coming for year end based on the mailings that we did.
The actual revenues are coming in good. For this term, property taxes are also coming in. We just got our big property tax payment that came in today. It was $1.257 million. That's the one that we look for. The tax, I do want to remind everybody, taxes are due on December the 16th, which is next Wednesday. So if you are concerned about that, you can call in to the office and we could give you the information if they've been paid or not. But we look for that big payment. That's when the majority of the tax payments come in from the mortgage companies. But we have received most of our big payments like Wells Fargo, Navy Federal, and then this tax payment comes in. It comes in from then the majority of the rest of the mortgage companies. One company they source out, the mortgage company sources out to this company, and they actually collect those payments and actually submit them. So we got all of those payments in, and those will be processed by Wednesday.
Okay.
So we are doing
Jennifer,
pretty good on those.
all right, Jennifer, you broke up right when you were talking about a very large revenue receipt today.
Yes, sir.
What was that again?
Yes, sir. We got our large tax payment in today that we look for every year. It's from CoreLogic. They do the tax payments for various mortgage companies. They outsource to CoreLogic.
All right.
It was 1.2 million that came in today.
All right, so that's not reflected in this report?
No, sir. This is our October report, so that won't be reflected until our December report. So December will be our hefty tax collection month when that comes in.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I'll make sure I highlight this other one right here while we're talking. So, okay, thank you very much. All right, Council, did you have any questions? Mr. Horton? Anyone?
No, sir, I don't.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So our next item, thank you, Mrs. Brown, I appreciate it very much. So, and I am, there it is. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to find my agenda item. Okay. Okay, so we are ready to set the consent agenda, Council. And as usual, I'll go down the roster and you can tell me if you want to consent or discuss. So we have one item under old business. It's the Southern Riverwalk LLC new alcohol license.
Consent.
Under new business, we have the police department body camera purchases.
Consent.
Item B is a reverse subdivision request for 221 Gunter Street.
Consent.
Item C is a minor subdivision request for north of Sand Hill Road and Highway 40. And I believe this is requesting to split one lot into two lots.
Consent.
Okay. Item D is Orange Hall Fire Sprinkler System, IDS Alarm Services Incorporated.
I think we should talk about that only because it's an important step towards restoring Orange Hall.
Yes, sir. Item E is coronavirus COVID-19 facility safety improvements contracts.
Consent.
Item F is temporary lift station assistance, Clearwater Solutions LLC.
Consent.
Item G, St. Mary's Intercoastal Gateway Marina Project.
Consent.
Item H is a Shell Office Systems.
Consent.
And item I is Lift Station 13 Engineering Design and Lift Station 15 Separation.
It might be of interest to just have what this is about.
All right.
I agree.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
Okay. Council, I will need a motion for a consent agenda that consists of new business item D and new business item I. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved. Alan Rassy.
Yes, all right,
Mayor
hold
Morrissey.
on. Yes, ma'am?
I thought we had, I'm sorry, I think I misunderstood. I thought we had all the items listed in order, A under old business and new business, A, B, C, E, F, G, and H.
Yeah, I got it. Madam Clerk, I'm jumping ahead. So, excuse me, Council, what I should have said is I'd like to create a consent agenda that consists of old business item A, new business item A, B, C, E, F, G, and H. Now, could I have a motion for that, please? Thank you, ma'am.
So moved. Alan Rassy.
Mr. Rassy, thank you. And how about a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Gant. Madam Clerk, will you run the roster?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Rassy, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey?
Madam Clerk, that's unanimous. You mark that as such.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
and now, Council, could I have a motion for the approval of the agenda as set?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the agenda as just set.
Yes, ma'am. And I need a second?
Second.
Mr. Gant? Believe?
Yes.
All right, Madam Clerk, you run the roster.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Rassy, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey?
All right, Madam Clerk, you mark that as unanimous. And now we get to go to granting audience to the public. And Madam Clerk, do we have a lineup?
No, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So the first item under new business for discussion, council, is the Orange Hall Fire Sprinkler System. And did anyone have a question, or did you want Mr. Horton to speak to it? If you could just let us know what you prefer.
I think it would be
just,
appropriate. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it would be appropriate if Mr. Horton would summarize the process that we've gone through to reach the adoption of this contract. And I know there are many people who are anxious to know what's going on with Orange Hall, so they would appreciate hearing.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Mr. Horton.
Were you going to ask Mr. Gant first, sir?
Mr. Gant, did you have any further?
No, Councilwoman Williams summarized it very nicely.
All right. Yes, sir. Mr. Horton, it's all yours.
All right, sir. Good evening, everyone. As you may remember, we did go out we tried state contract and we got a price on that. And we're prepared to move. We backed up and wanted to put it out for bid to see if we could find a lower price. And we were very successful in that. That did take quite some time to go through, length of time. We've been talking with the two companies and everything, and staff is ready to make the recommendation to approve the Orange Hall Fire Sprinkler System to IDS Alarm Systems Incorporated for $141,755. For those of you who know, we did the we addressed the structural issues here recently, which took care of keeping the building up, which was a major concern. Now we're ready to get people back in that building, getting back to using the building the way it was designed to be used originally. And so we needed to be able to address occupant safety as well as protecting the structure. And I have personally, as the fire chief, have been trying for 20 years to get this building sprinkled. And so that is a major component for allowing us to do more than just walk through the building and look at the old building. So that was the reason for the sprinkler system. It is there to protect and hopefully keep Our Lady around for a very, very long time. And so that's where we're at right now.
Okay, council, any questions? Okay, Mr. Horton, just timeline for expected completion of the project?
We don't have that. That'll be in one of the upcoming manager's reports. That will have to
Okay.
come as we get into the final details of everything.
All right. And now, once this portion of the projects is complete, will the public be able to get back in the building, or and I think Ms. Williams probably going to have to weigh in here too.
There's going to be some minor interior repairs that will need to be made. That is one of the things that we've talked about with the contractor at length, being as invasive as possible to the structure and trying to protect her as much as we possibly can through the construction process. But there's going to be some repairs that are going to have to be made. Some sheetrock work, some plaster work, some painting and things of that nature that are going to have to occur in order to get it back to where we want to do. In the meanwhile, we are talking with the University of Georgia about not only the outside of the structure, but the inside of the structure, of making it a community center, which what it was deeded over to the center or to the city originally from the owner, back many years ago. But that's kind of the direction we're going with it.
Yes, sir.
So we're working in those regards.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we're all anxious to hear as soon as you have a timeline and some other details, so that we can all get back in that building. It's going to be really special when we're done.
We will have a timeline and a plan of action for you.
All right, good.
I have a question for Robbie.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
this is Goodman. Is that a wet pipe or a dry pipe system? I can't seem to locate it in the documents.
It's a wet system, sir.
All righty, thank
For
you very
those
much.
of you on the call that don't understand the difference, a wet system actually has water in the piping all the time. A dry system has a valve in there that is air, and the rest of the system is air, has air in the system. And whenever there's a release of that air pressure by a sprinkler head, that air shoots out, then the water falls behind it, the flapper valve opens and the water comes. So, but it is a wet system is what we're looking at, Mr. Goodman.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
If there are no further comments, I would like to move that we authorize Mayor Morrissey, you to sign the contract in the amount of $141,755 to provide the fire sprinkler system for Orange Hall.
All right, do I have a second?
Second, Alan
Second.
Ramsey.
Yes, sir. And any further discussion? All right, Madam Clerk, will you run the roster?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Rassi, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey.
Madam Clerk, you recall that, or record that as unanimous, and Council, this is another signature approval on your part. I want to applaud you and the staff for the work that they've done in being committed to making this treasure something that we all know it can be. And I'm just very appreciative of the steps that we're taking to showcase this beautiful gem that we have in St. Mary's. And so my personal thanks. All right. So the next item on the agenda is the lift station 13 engineering design and lift station 15 separation. And Mr. Gann, I think you brought that up. Did you have any further questions, or you want to frame this for Mr. Horton?
No, Mr. Horton can frame it. I think it's important because it's going to lead to rerouting of the lines and additional costs after we get through the engineering study. So maybe you could Mr. Horton, you could summarize it for us?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I
Okay,
can.
Mr. Thank you.
Hold on, gotta get my mind straight. If you'll remember back, we've been having issues with our lift station 13, with problems in it right and left and everything. And we had contracted with, GMC to do a study to figure out and do an analysis of the volumes that lift station is taking. And we found out that the lift station is really struggling to take some of the load off of that station. And lift station 13 and 15, they're tied together and they're both affected by it. But we're going to reroute the sewer lines and take it's the high pressure sewer line. We're going to reroute that and around those stations and take it directly to the plant to take the stress off of those two stations so they're not under the strain that they currently are. Those are the two stations. 13 especially is our main station for everything on the west side of the city. It all comes into that one station. So that being able to reroute that line is going to be critical to taking the stress off of it. And we've got the pressures on that other system to get it onto the plant. So the engineering part of that, and that's what this is strictly for the engineering phase of it, to be able to reroute that and figure out exactly what it's going to take to get down there. So we'll be coming back to the council later on with exact cost on what it's going to cost to do the project.
Okay.
Robbie, were you trying to say force main?
Thank you. Those were the words I was looking for. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I'm here for you.
I appreciate it.
Well, Mr. Horton, this is a significant piece of construction, I mean, for us laymen. Is that correct?
It is for not just laymen, but for those that have experienced. It is very critical to us being able to maintain and keep what we got, as well as take the new influx of the new developments that are coming down the pipeline, i.e. Sweetgrass and some of those others, to be able to handle that load as well.
Okay. All right. Well, any other questions, council? All right. Could I have a motion, please?
Move to approve. Dan.
Yes, sir. How about a second?
Goodman.
Yes, sir. And Madam Clerk, I'm sorry, council, any other questions? All right. Madam Clerk, would you run the roster for us, please?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Ratsey, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey.
All right, Madam Clerk, you record that as a unanimous. Thank you very much, council. Significant piece of infrastructure protection and improvement. Thank you for your commitment to that.
Mr. Mayor. Mr.
Yes,
Mayor.
Sir.
Mr. Moore is on the call. If he has anything to add to that, I know it's late, but
I'm sorry, Mr. Moore. Welcome. Yeah. Did you want to say anything about what we're about to do?
No, I was just going to mention that this was the discussion we had at the retreat, and that analysis, all the council was given at the retreat to review. But this is what I was mentioning then that was coming down the pipe.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I like your phraseology, sir. All right. Okay. Any questions for Mr. Marr? All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Maher, and your staff. A lot of work and a lot of work ahead. We look forward to the updates, Mr. Horton. And speaking of Mr. Horton, we have the report of the city manager next.
Okay. Last week, our Public Works Department dealt with a broken water line located behind the Aquatic Center, which affected most of the water downtown area, midtown area, and all, but they were able to get it restored. Parts are on order to make final repairs to the line. They've also dealt with 4 sewer backups over the last week. We'd like to remind everyone to be careful with the items that they flush into our system. We're having to deal with wipes that are not flushable, rags, grease, articles of clothing, and other items. This is causing a huge strain on our system overall and is very costly to mitigate and repair. So if everybody would just be very conscious of that. Our senior center staff has begun to hold limited in-person exercise classes in the community building, the old Department of Labor. Classes are limited to 8 persons per class. Our first class was this morning, and it had 3 members, and the second class had 7 members participating in the class. Our new coordinator, Mega Hicks, has additional activities planned for our seniors. Of course, we're working within the COVID guidelines as set by the governor and the CDC. Next item, due to COVID, St. Mary's was unable to have the white lighting ceremony. Staff worked collectively to find alternatives so that we could honor the event and try to bring a piece of normalcy to our world during this time. The decision was made to create a video for our citizens to be able to sit at home and enjoy a little bit of our tradition. The City of St. Mary's has posted our white lighting video on Facebook, and it should be on our website. And we just want to pass that along for everyone to enjoyment. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, council, any questions or comments? I have seen the white lighting video, and it's excellent, and the dancers, it did give you a flavor for what we're going to be able to do again next year. Thank you to everyone that put that on. It was no small task to make it happen. And the other thing, Mr. Horton, I just want to be clear, and not to be indelicate, but are you telling me that you're getting materials in there like clothing that are going down through the sewer system?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay. So perhaps at some point in time when we put our flyers in our water bill, we may want to do some kind of a graphic about what is and isn't for proper use of our water and sewer system.
Stay tuned to Facebook and your water bill.
Yes, sir. All right. Anything else, Council? All right. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, do we have citizens for granting audience to the public?
No, sir.
All right. All right. So, Madam Clerk, if you will run the calendar for us.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, Tuesday, December 8th, the Stormwater Committee has canceled their meeting for the rest of the year. They were due to have one tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. in the Main Street office. That has been canceled. On Thursday, December 10th at 9:30 a.m., we have the Orange Hall Management Committee meeting in Council Chambers. At 5 o'clock p.m., we have the St. Mary's Intercoastal Gateway meeting in the Main Street office. And to ensure on your calendars, I think you have 6:30, but the Hospital Authority meeting is at 6 o'clock p.m. in Council Chambers, and they do plan to have that meeting at 6 o'clock p.m. again on Thursday, December 10th. On Monday, December 14th at 8:30 a.m., the Downtown Development Authority meeting, it will be in the Main Street office. On Tuesday, December 15th at 5:30 p.m. in Council Chambers will be the Planning Commission meeting. On Wednesday, December 16th at 6 o'clock in Council Chambers will be the Board of Ethics. On Friday, December 18th at 9 o'clock a.m. in Council Chambers will be St. Mary's Municipal Court trials, followed by the 11 o'clock a.m. St. Mary's Municipal Court plea and arraignments. And on Monday, December 21st at 6 o'clock p.m. via teleconference will be the St. Mary's City Council meeting.
All right. Good. Thank you very much, man. Cliff. Appreciate all the hard work as usual to get us organized and ready for this meeting. We're going to move on to council comments, and Mr. Jones, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we got somebody with background noise. If they might want to mute their phone. Thank you. All right, Mr. Jones.
Okay, Mayor, first thing I want to say is I want to tell Ms. Linda Williams there was a letter to the editor about her. It was a great letter. She will be missed, and I agree with the letter 100%. And thank you, Linda, for a job well done, not only for Camden County, but for the City of St. Mary's also. Robbie, our city manager, your white lighting video was great. I would like to thank you and all those involved that put this on for us. We had a lot of people, we have a lot of people, not only in St. Mary's, but in Camden County, are kind of upset because we're not lowering our defenses when it comes to the virus. But today marks Pearl Harbor Day when 2,400 people died. And yesterday, over 2,800 people died because of the virus. And it's not getting any better. So we need to understand that even though we may seem like we're blocking out Christmas, the attitude of Christmas or what Christmas is all about, just remember the reason for the season is the birth of Jesus. And I think that we should keep that in our hearts. And if you want to see some fun and lights and things, you can drive around in your vehicle or look for things on television. But just remember that this virus is real, and you may not like the idea of being shut in for a while or wearing masks, but we need to take it serious. And thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir. Very good. All right, Mr. Goodman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to add my compliments to Linda Williams, to those of Mr. Jones, and I'm sure others will have more to say. Thank you for your service, Ms. Williams, and wish you well in your retirement, and I'm sure that you will continue to contribute in any way that you can. But thank you again for what you've done for St. Mary's. I agree with Councilman Jones also about the white lighting under the circumstances. With a lot of controversy, I think the safest course of action was taken, and it hopefully can be a time of close fellowship a year from now if improvements come. I would like to give a special thanks to the Water Department and probably some other Department of Public Works personnel in the days immediately following Thanksgiving. We had a water main break. I asked City Manager Horton this afternoon what size that pipe was, and he was unsure whether it was a 10 or 12 inch. He was going off of photographs of the damaged section of pipe. I think it's the correct engineering term, Robbie, is it was a big one, and it supplied the major portion of downtown St. Mary's and even out this way on Burrell Boulevard, just as far as I know, right on down past the creek. But at any rate, very quickly, the city crews had figured out a cross-connect workaround that's already in place and isolated that off and valved it off. But they spent, it's either 2.5 days or 3 days in the muck and mud. And thank goodness it wasn't as cold as it is now, but those guys were at it constantly all day long. They responded shortly after noon on the first day that it happened. And if you know this area, it's down in behind the Aquatic Center. Historically, it's the old city dump, so it's not a safe place to work. There's a lot of broken glass in that area. There's a lot of hazards. old metal and things that they're dealing with. And it was a wet and swampy area. That pipe had been leaking for some time, according to the forensic evidence that Robbie was looking at. And as we understand it, it's a temporary repair. But I just want to tell those guys, thank you for doing what you did so that we could continue to have hot showers and water in our homes. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goodman. Very kind comments. Mr. Gadd.
Yes, we have a number of great ladies in the city. Certainly Councilwoman Williams is one, but we lost one this last week. Arlene Norris passed, and the graveside ceremony and viewing was held on December the 3rd, Thursday. She was a great lady. She was married to Tilden Norris, who was a vice president at the mill and has his own recognition in the boardwalk. It's called the Tilden Norris Boardwalk, I guess, or pier. But she was always at our council meetings right up in front, the front seat. You knew that she would be at a council meeting. Same thing in Kiwanis. She was always at Kiwanis. She was always participated in the various activities of Kiwanis. She was just a great lady. She also donated a whole block to the city in honor of her and Tilden. Although she said, this one's not for Tilden, this is for me. And I'll never forget that. In the wetlands area, which we're trying to collect all the properties in the wetlands area and for a future lake. It's unbelievable to say that, but that's what's going to happen someday. But anyway, it was a great ceremony. It was a great woman, and she'll be sorely missed. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. And Mr. Rassi.
I'd like to echo what Councilmember Jones, Councilmember Goodman, and Councilmember Gant shared. They did a fantastic job sharing their hearts on the issues at hand, and I got to know Arlene Norris very, very well because she was always helping me prep the dinners up and getting everything ready for rock shrimp and you know, and she was always faithful and true, and she didn't work 2 hours segments. She worked the whole day. Even in her older, you know, she was older in age and in her late 70s, she was still out there serving meals, and because she believed in the children of our community, and she was a true ambassador to the library, to St. Mary's Elementary School, and we were just so blessed to have her in our lives in the city of St. Mary's. And to go along with what everyone shared about Linda, Linda, you have been a rock for all of us. You've helped us up. You've kept us grammatically in the right direction when we needed help. And I thank you for being our friends on council and putting up with the guys. And then one thing that I will now tell everybody, and some of the council members may not know, but I tested positive for COVID a few weeks ago, and I've been on the mend, and I'm recovering, and went back to work last Friday and today. But I'm telling you, folks, COVID's real. If you don't think it's real, wait till you get it. If you don't think it's real, wait till you get it or a family member gets it, because it's not out to be your friend. It's out to take you for a ride, and it's not the kind of ride you want. So just be wise. Keep wearing your mask. Do what you can to keep yourself use sanitizer, do whatever you got to do to protect your family, like I did. Well, after I tested positive, I went into isolation to protect my family and my friends and all those that I love. So, no one's tested positive in my family, thank God. But please take this seriously. And I'd like to thank Robbie and the city staff for all they've done to bring the spirit of Christmas alive. The lights in St. Mary's down Osborne and over at the Waterfront Park are awesome. And then one other thing I want to share with you, if you go down to 208 East Dillingham Street, you'll see one of the most incredible displays of Christmas from one family, the Chapman family, Tom Chapman. And I would like to encourage you to go down there. And he's again supporting Camden House with the funds that he collects, and he does that. And him and his family does it with a heart of love. And I just want to encourage you to just enjoy the reason for the season is Jesus, like I already shared. You know, emulate Christ in everything that we do and say. And I want to thank this council and thank you, the citizens, for all they've done for us this holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Very heartfelt. Thank you, Mr. Rassi. And finally, and not last, Ms. Williams.
Well, I am the shortest, so I'm the least. I'm the least in that sense. I thank you, gentlemen, for the very kind words, and also Mr. Rich Gamble for the very nice letter that he wrote. I'm happy to go out with Orange Hall getting a sprinkler system. I think that's just a very special thing, and means that we will be able to start enjoying the building at some point in the future when everything is installed and ready to go and safe. You need to find a replacement for me as an ex officio member of the Orange Hall Committee. So be thinking about that. And secondly, I will be continuing to post daily counts on Facebook for the numbers of Camden County residents who have gotten COVID and the number of deaths if it changes from the 18 that we currently have. I feel like it's important for people to know what's going on in our community, and a number of people have told me that they follow the daily reports on Facebook to keep up. So please watch for those numbers to continue even after I'm no longer in office. That's it. Thank you.
All right. And for everyone, from my perspective, I did get an opportunity to enjoy a restructured Christmas in the Park, which was very cleverly done with a drive-by at Orange Hall with a cast of all sorts of characters: Santa, Mrs. Claus, gingerbread men, elves, the Grinch, characters from Frozen, and they were having a lot of fun. And I was told that they distributed 500 Christmas stockings and 200 giant candy canes. So it was a tremendous success, and I have two small videos and some photos that I've shared that I think may be on our tourism pages shortly. But it was a wonderful event, and we're going to recognize and thank the people that really created that at our next meeting. And as everyone said, the white lighting video is really tremendous creativity on the part of staff, and I know they had a lot of fun. And the last thing I want to say is reiterate what I think all our council members are cautioning all of our citizens. I had a very candid conversation with Dr. Lawton Davis, who is the director for the coast, the Georgia coast, for the Board of Health. And his comments to me were very, very firm in that the the resurgence is here. It's very strong. His phraseology was something on the lines of "We are on fire" down there in the southern part of the coast, in particular, and his admonition for all of the advises between masking and sanitizing and distancing and following the information that will keep you safe and healthy. So thank you for sharing something very personal, Mr. Rassi, with us, just to let everyone know how serious it can be, and I appreciate that. But so we just want everyone to be as safe as you can, and thank you. We have no executive session, so I would like a motion for adjournment.
To adjourn, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And second?
Alan Rassi.
Mr. Rassi. And Madam Clerk, you run the roster.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Jones, post 1.
Yay.
Councilmember Goodman, post 2.
Yay.
Councilmember Gant, post 3.
Yay.
Councilmember Rassi, post 5.
Yay.
Councilmember Williams, post 6.
Yay.
Mayor Morrissey.
Madam Clerk, you record that as unanimous. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the citizens that are on or who will look at this later and listen later. Thank you so much and have a great evening. Stay safe. Have a wonderful week.